You guys, I just filmed this entire video and then it wasn't actually filming. I don't know what happened because I can see right now that this video is filming, and I checked it the last time I filmed this too, but then when I finished, the video was not there. So I really don't know what happened, but here we are for a second time. I had put everything in the recycling bin and the trash, etc., and I dug it all back out to do this again. So if it doesn't work this time, I'm just getting rid of everything. But my empties basket is overflowing, so I wanted to do home fragrance empties. It's a Friday, you know, kind of late afternoon. It is so warm out here, but Rip's laying out and we're kind of just enjoying the day. Obviously you can hear the lawnmower, the weed eater, etc. So enjoy the ambiance of a late summer day. But we'll start with Scentsy first, then I'll go into Lavender wax. Finish off a laundry liquid in jammy time. I'm not going to show you guys this one too terribly much because it is gross looking. This is my favorite of the laundry products. I really enjoy this scent both in home fragrance and in the laundry because I think it just works for anybody's clothes. Male, female, kids, bedding, towels, it kind of just is universal. Very pretty, kind of sweet, fresh laundry scent. Love jammy time in the laundry products. Then I finished off a counter clean in key lime and grapefruit. I absolutely love our counter cleans. I think other than the wax, they are definitely my favorite Scentsy product. I just thought this scent was okay. I actually really adore key lime and grapefruit in the bar, and I think I prefer it in the bar over the counter clean. Still was a great scent, very fresh, crisp, citrusy for the summer. It was perfect for the season. But I found the lime in here to be a little sharp, and in the bar I feel like it's a little more creamy, not as kind of sharp in your face, which is how I personally prefer key lime. So I have another one of these I'll save for next summer and use it, but probably not a scent that I would get again if it even comes back in counter clean. And then I finished off a pod in sandalwood tangerine. I just got this in the Beat the Heat flash sale haul. I'll link that haul above if you have not seen it. But I love this scent. I use this in my car in the little diffuser that I keep in my car. Beautiful fragrance. I've said this before, but it reminds me a lot of Desert Twilight that was in the spring summer catalog, but it has more of a masculine cologne fragrance to it. Really pretty scent. I wish it would make a return. So then we can jump into bars, and I have quite a bit of bars this week. So through 2 of Ruby Nectarine. Every time I melt Ruby Nectarine, I think of Natalie. She is definitely the person that got me into this scent. It is a beautiful fragrance. It has notes of nectarine, apples, pears, and blossom. Or maybe pear blossom is the note. To me, this is a very fresh apple. It reminds me a lot of the apple that is an appealing apple. Very fresh, very crisp. I don't get a lot of citrusy notes like from the nectarine that supposedly is in this blend. Very good performer too, a very strong bar. And I don't think I've melted it at all this summer yet, so I knew I wanted to melt at least a little bit of Ruby Nectarine before the season ended. Went through a coconut citrus parfait. I melted this bar in the living room one day. This was a bring back my bar a year or so ago. Really enjoy this scent, and I have to say it's one of my favorite coconuts that Scentsy does. I'm not usually a huge Scentsy coconut fan, but I like this one a lot. Pretty coconut. The citrus is not overly heavy. Nice tropical fragrance. Very, very pretty. I have a couple more of those. Perfect for the hot summer days. Speaking of coconut, I think I've got a couple more coconut bars. This one, Tropical Coconut Nectar. I don't remember where this was from. I want to say this was in an LTO potentially a couple of summers ago. I was digging through my Scentsy and kind of reorganizing some wax recently, and I discovered a few bars that I forgot that I had, and this was one of them. And so I was like, well, perfect time to melt it is, you know, in August here. So I melted this in my bedroom. I absolutely no, not a repurchase for me. I could not stand this one. And it's the coconut. The coconut that is in here leans very banana heavy to me. Like, it really pulls banana. So not sure what about this kind of pulls banana. I found that to be true with some coconut and Lavender wax as well, that it just has a banana undertone. So not a bar for me, but it was a good performer, and always glad to try the different scents, of course. And then I think the last of my coconut this week is pineapple coconut vanilla. I think this is a bar that Elizabeth Quinn loves. I picked this up in the clearance section, I believe. This one almost doesn't even smell too coconut-y to me. It's more body care. Rip is roaming. It's more body care, kind of sweet. Perfect for the bedroom. It's a good performer, but not an overly strong bar. So I would definitely put this bar in a smaller space. Very pretty. Really enjoyed that scent. A kind of recent favorite of mine, this is a staple in Scentsy's catalog, but I really hadn't melted it much other than kind of started maybe a year ago, and now I really enjoy it. That is aloe water and cucumber. This is beautiful. It's fresh and crisp, has some nice melon notes to it, leans very spa-like to me, perfect for a bathroom without being bathroom cleaner or anything like that. Beautiful fragrance. I love how fresh and crisp it is. I actually melted this in my kitchen one day. Gorgeous. Love aloe water and cucumber. Finished up what I think is my last bar of Snuggle Up. This was gonna bring back my bar recently, and I didn't get too much of this because it's a beautiful scent. I really enjoy it, but it smells to me very similar to Jammy Time. This is Cashmere Woods, Angel Lavender, and Clary Sage. It definitely has that kind of sweet linen fragrance to it, kind of sugary in some ways. Beautiful bar. Definitely would get this again if I saw it, but I have a whole brick of Jammy Time I need to go through still, and I find them to be similar enough that I feel like I don't need both, but absolutely love that scent. Then I finished off a red, white, and berry pie. I think that Summer gifted me this bar, and I believe this is the first time I've ever melted red, white, and berry pie. I don't think the scent is for me. I'm glad to have tried it, and I appreciate Summer sending me this bar. Sorry, you can hear a plane pretty loudly. I live like 20 minutes from the airport, and I'm right in their landing pattern most of the time, because I always see them kind of coming down. So just constant planes overhead. It makes me jealous, makes me wish I was going someplace. But in any case, sorry for the loud plane. I don't think I would get this one again. I know a lot of people love it. It's very popular, but this smells very medicinal cherry to me. This is very Luden's Cough Drop. I wish it was more berry pie. I wish there was a crust note, but to me it's very artificial, kind of cough drop. So not one for me, but glad to have tried it. I'll bring back my bar, maybe from January, Wild Watermelon. I think it was from January, and I had saved it, you know, for the summertime. This is a pretty kind of candied watermelon scent. Not one that I felt super strongly about that I needed a ton more. I have a lot of watermelon tangerine in my collection. I love that fragrance, so didn't feel like I needed just more watermelon. I would love to try watermelon mint one day if that ever comes back. Pretty fragrance, good for the summertime. Not necessarily a repurchase, but a nice candied watermelon. Sunset Sky and Strawberry, again from an LTO, maybe last summer. I can't remember when this was available. This was gorgeous. Really enjoyed this one. I melted this in the wax room. This is a nice kind of woodsy strawberry scent. The strawberry is a strawberry that I like. It's not overly fresh. It's more candied kind of, and so it's kind of a candied strawberry mixed with some woody tones. Really pretty. Enjoyed Sunset Sky and Strawberry quite a bit. And then today in my bedroom, I'm melting Summer Moonlight. I can't remember the notes on this one, but I want to say this one has some maybe like cashmere in it or amber. It's a little more of kind of a perfumey, musky bedroom scent. Very pretty fragrance. Actually, I don't hear too many people talk about this one. I think it was in the spring summer catalog. Am I crazy? Yeah, I feel like it's not one I hear a lot of people talk about. And then lastly for Scentsy, I melted Frosted Fantasy. So I melted this one because this is coming back for fall and winter in the catalog, and I knew I had this bar from an LTO last year, and so I wanted to melt it to see what I think about it, if it's a bar I want to pick up more of while it's available. Just my general thoughts, share with you as well, of course. So this is cedarwood, bergamot, and snowdrop blossoms. I don't know what a snowdrop blossom is. This is a pretty scent, definitely more like a bedroom bathroom scent. It leans body wash to me, not cologne per se, but body wash, like a very fresh, clean kind of man scent without being cologne. This is pretty. I would get another bar or two of it. I don't think it's one that I need to get hordes of, but for a bedroom, if you like kind of those clean, fresh scents, slightly masculine, but without being cologne, you would probably really like this. Yeah, really pretty. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this one's coming back for the fall winter catalog. So that is it for Scentsy. If you're just there for Scentsy, thank you so much for watching. But I've got vendor wax as well, so I'm going to quickly sort this and then we will jump in. Start with the one-offs. I have one of Summer's Lavender sampler pieces that she did with Crystal from Rainbow Melt. This one is Y'all. This was one of my favorites from that sampler. This is Downy Ultra Blue, Sweet Lavender, Salty Sea Air, and Ocean Breeze. I don't feel like I got a lot of the lavender or just the other fragrances, to be honest, but I got a lot of that Downy Ultra Blue. Really pretty scent. It's kind of a more aquatic leaning laundry fragrance. I really enjoyed this one. Very pretty, and I actually have a second shape of this because when I purchased the lavender sampler, something got messed up and I got two of this scent and then I was missing one of the others. Crystal was amazing and sent me my replacement for the one, but I luckily have two of Y'all, so I've got one more that I get to melt. From the Melted Mousse, Christine was so sweet and gifted me Evenings with Andrew. I've had this one before, but definitely wanted to melt this soon because this is 2 years old. This is Cracklin' Birch, Sugar Cookies, and Marshmallow Fluff. I melted this souffle in my wax room, and this one was a little bit light. I could still smell it, but it didn't perform as well as I've experienced in the past. Now, I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but sadly Jackie is no longer pouring, the owner of the Melted Mousse, so I am definitely hoarding the last couple little bits of the Melted Mousse wax that I have because I love her wax so much. I've got like 4 or 5 pieces left. From Teddy Bees, I finished off a souffle, one souffle, and I'm melting this today in my open concept. This is Vanilla Chai and Spiced Sugar Cookies. This one is Toasted Vanilla Bean, Roasted Marshmallows, Cardamom, Candied Ginger, and Spiced Sugar Cookies. This one is really pretty. It's a good open concept scent, more of a medium performer. I'm really getting like the cardamom, that candied ginger. It almost leans a little bit cinnamon bakery to me. But then I think, no, it's deeper than that. It is a deeper spice than cinnamon. If you're a chai lover, if you're a bakery lover, you would really, really like this scent. And I have a tub of it left, so probably will save that for fall, winter, and melt that again. Is that the last one off? Yes. Okay. Then I've got a couple from Swanky. All of these were gifted to me from Steph, the Scent of Gemini. this is the last of my Swanky wax, and I think she's taking a break from pouring right now because they moved or something. I really don't know the details, but have enjoyed all of the wax of hers that I have tried. So this one that Steph sent is Winter Soiree and Peppermint. Not sure all the notes on that, but I melted this in my bedroom as like a nighttime blend. I love peppermint in general, but especially in my bedroom. I just find it to be really relaxing and soothing. Great performer. That went for 2 days. Moonflower, Chocolate Orchid, Let Them Eat Cake, and Vanilla Bean. This souffle was fairly light. I melted it in my open concept. It's kind of a nice perfumey floral fragrance, but to be honest, I didn't get tons from that one. This one though, Victoria's Secret, again, don't know the scent notes on it, but this was a powerhouse. Had this one going in my open concept. It's a very sweet scent, perfumey in a lot of ways. I would definitely think there's some pink sugar or something to that effect in here. Really, really pretty scent. I enjoyed that one a lot, and her wax chops like a dream. I'm not a big fan of chopping wax, but Swanky's wax I can get behind some chopping. From Knowles Farm Scents, I have a couple. First up is Campfire Confection, and I think this one was just offered in his last pre-order. This is Amish Friendship Bread, Zucchini Bread, Sugar Cookie, Marshmallow, and Campfire. Stunning. I melted this one in my kitchen. I feel like his fragrances like this need some time in the warmers. They need some time to warm up. I can enjoy his wax on cold, but there's something with his wax and his bakery in general, I feel like, that you have to put into a warmer to really understand what it smells like. It is so much better on warm, in my opinion, than on cold. This one was gorgeous. Really, really enjoyed it. Kind of a nice, cozy bakery scent. Then I have Berrylicious Evergreen. Melted this one in my living room. This one has notes of blackberry and sugared spruce. I didn't get much throw from this, or maybe I just didn't go into the room very much, but I don't have much of a recollection of this scent. I like this one though on cold quite a bit. Normally I'm not a big sugared spruce fan because it can be very sharp smelling, but that is not the case with this one at all. I mean, you can tell it's spruce, so it's slightly sharper maybe than the average tree, but it was not a sharp in your face sugared spruce. The blackberry really complemented it well. Really pretty scent. I just unfortunately didn't get much performance from that. And then lastly, this one. Oh my gosh, I loved this one so much. One of the newest ones from him. This is Lavender Tides. This is Beach Evenings, Warm Vanilla Sugar, and Lavender. You guys know how I feel about his Beach Evenings. That is his beach nights type. It is my favorite. And you add in the perfumey warm vanilla sugar, the sweet lavender. This was gorgeous. And I feel like his beach nights, his beach evenings, leans a little bit perfumey in some ways. It's a little fresher than most other beach nights, and so it pairs so well with perfumey notes. I loved this one so much. I melted this throughout my open concept. This was gorgeous. Absolute repurchase. And then the last vendor is Lavender and Speckles. I kind of have a mix of spring, or not spring, a mix of like summer, but also kind of getting a little bit into fall with Lavender and Speckles. Honestly, this week I just was really lazy about chopping, which is why I only had the one Teddy Bees. When I came home from work has been crazy. When I've been coming home from work lately, I'm just like drained and I don't want to chop wax. I want to just throw something in my warmers real quick. And so I've been doing a lot of Scentsy and a lot of Lavender and Speckles. I definitely need to take some time and chop some wax. That way, when I come home from work, I have things ready to go and I can pick my Teddy Bees and other vendors that I need to just take the time to chop. But to be honest, at the moment, I've just been too lazy. So for Lavender and Speckles, I have one of these like snap bar sample pieces. This one is English Meadows. This was from Amy's English Countryside sampler that was in the Pride and Prejudice collection. This is Bartlett Pear, Sage, and Wildflowers. Really pretty scent. You definitely get the pear, a little bit of herbs from the sage. It's slightly floral, but it's not overly floral. This is a perfect scent to melt right now when we're transitioning from summer to fall. September for me is perfect for pear. Really enjoyed that one. I have one small bag in Cookie Cat. I absolutely love this scent. If you're looking for a good, just classic bakery, you should try Cookie Cat. This is Palo Frosted Sugar Cookies, Marshmallow Donut Shop, which is Palo Santo, vanilla buttercream, sugar cookie dough, sugar cookie royale, fireside marshmallows, and cinnamon sugar donut. So it's slightly cinnamon sugar donut, but mostly very vanilla heavy bakery. Love Cookie Cat. It's one of her, I think, like top blends that she offers. It's so good. And then this week I've been continuing on my little scent cup journey. So I think I have 2 from the Blue Sugar sampler, 2 from the Sophisticated sampler, and 2 from my Bourbon sampler. So for my Bourbon sampler, I melted bourbon and peppermint. I really enjoyed this one, but this is one you have to like peppermint for. This is a strong peppermint. This is like nose clearing peppermint. I would say 70% peppermint, 30% bourbon. You're kind of just getting the bourbon in the background. I love it though. Really pretty, very strong. I melted this one in my kitchen. And then this one of my favorites from this sampler, Bourbon and Whiskey Sweet. Whiskey Sweet is the Bath & Body Works sweet whiskey type. These 2 notes pair together. It's like they were made for each other, because the sweet whiskey is kind of a bourbon, musky, deeper leaning perfume scent. And then you have the beautiful kind of cologne aspect of the bourbon oil. I need this in boatloads. Bourbon and Whiskey Sweet. So pretty. Then from the Sophisticated sampler, this is Summer's sampler. Sophisticated being the Angel Share Killian perfume type. I have Sophisticated and Beach Marshmallow Cookies. This one was just like an extra creamy version of Sophisticated. Very, very pretty. Definitely Sophisticated heavy. And then I loved this one so much. Sophisticated Cashmere Cedar and Tobacco Leaf. There was something about the Sophisticated blended with the Cashmere Cedar that was just so pretty. And then the Tobacco Leaf kind of gave it a little bit of a fresher note. I loved this one so much. 10 out of 10. That was gorgeous. And then from the Blue Sugar sampler, this was Stephanie's sampler, I have Blue Mallow Pie, Blue Sugar, Pie Crust, Vanilla Wafers, and Campfire Marshmallow. Very bakery heavy. I definitely get like the vanilla wafers, the pie crust, bakery heavy Blue Sugar. Really interesting blend. I liked that one a lot. But this was so good. This is Feeling Blue. This one is Blue Sugar, Beach Marshmallow Cookies, and Patchouli. You guys, the patchouli in this, oh my gosh. The mix of the patchouli with the blue sugar, this was gorgeous. It's a pretty patchouli. It reminds me a lot of Brita's patchouli. It's not dirty. It's just more on the incense side. And then you get that beautiful blue sugar. Oh my gosh, I loved this so much. Feeling Blue. I definitely need more of that. And then I've got 3 clamshells to end out this video. I melted in my bedroom one day, Balsam and Amber. This one is Amber Noir, Balsam, and Fireside. I loved this. This is incredibly smoky though. This is very smoky tree. I don't get a ton of the amber noir, which I'm assuming is kind of amber perfumey in nature. This is very strong on the smoky scents, and then you get like hints of the tree in the background. I love those types of scents, but I know not everybody loves the smoky scents. But if you like a smoky scent, if you like a smoky tree scent, you would love Balsam and Amber. Cherry Cinders. This is one of Summer's creations. This is the Tom Ford Lost Cherry type blended with By the Fireplace type. So 2 perfumes, and I know that Summer actually layers these perfumes on her body. Like, she enjoys mixing these perfumes, and so she made a wax out of it. And what's really fun about this one is, I guess this Tom Ford Lost Cherry oil is so strong, it actually dyed this wax kind of a reddish pink color. If you guys, buy from Lavender and Speckles or are familiar with her wax, it's all a very beautiful creamy white color. This one was pink because of how strong that oil is. So this one I melted the whole clamshell in the wax room. I really didn't get too much from it. I could tell that something was in the warmers, but it was very light and I would have never been able to pick out what it was, to be honest. So probably not one that I would get again, but a beautiful scent on cold. And then lastly, this one. I don't know how to even talk about this scent, and that is Checkmate. Checkmate is smoked vanilla, maple, oregano, clove, earthy tobacco, cedarwood, balsam, guaiac wood, patchouli, amber balsam, and oud wood. It is the tapestry type. I don't know if this is a perfume or what. This is such an interesting scent. What I really get from this is oregano. Like, first and foremost, I get that oregano spice. I melted this in my kitchen. I think that was the right place to melt this. This is a very earthy, very much reminds me of like an incense type of shop. That type of earthy fragrance with the patchouli and the guaiac wood. Very resinous heavy. And then you get that oregano. It is so interesting. And I have to say, at first when I put this in the warmers, I was like, I don't know about this. Like, I'm not sure this is my vibe. I don't love a lot of scents that have like herbs in it, unless it's like rosemary mint. I love rosemary mint. But other than that, I'm not a big herby person. So I wasn't so sure. Once this was in the warmers and I kind of got used to it and maybe some of the scents died down a little bit, I was loving this. Really did enjoy this. So is this one that I need a ton of? No, but I would definitely pick up another clamshell of it, melt it again, and kind of give it a second chance and see what I think. And I think if you're looking for something uber unique and different, if you're tired of like the same old, Checkmate. This one would be a perfect kind of stretch scent, try something new scent. Really, really, really pretty. And I don't think I've seen another vendor offer that wax, so very happy about that. That is it. Those are my empties for the last week. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'm really hoping this recorded. It looked like it did, so I think we're in luck. But really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.